action. Once again, there was a bit of a problem saving the world. I can see that this reset. My inventory looks fine. I heard this make noise. Huh. This isn't exactly right. Now it is. I should not have to fix this redstone machine every time I load the world. It's a little frustrating. That's okay. As long as things go the way they ought to go, this should be the last time I need to bring this world up. Got our kindlings, they're just mewling in there. Our plants are still plantinating. Moondrop nectar might be a thing, but that would require several days worth of investment. We need more red. That's 4 by itself. 6. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. Let's just anvil a lot of this. We'll do some red ink farming, get this bloodstone done, but I don't want to do a lot of pigment farming today. What I really want to do is chase down this compass location. And maybe set up some more onyx. How's the moon? I don't know. It is a phase, and I can't tell whether it's waxing or waning. The moon is just mooning. Yeah, budding onyx has a spirit instiller recipe. What is it? No idea. So we're going to make some more onyx. But in order to reasonably make some more onyx, I'm going to need a black hole chest. And we need the black hole chest because onyx only happens at a specific moon phase, and I'm not going to hang around here and wait for that. So I'm going to set up a black hole chest here. So when we get the onyx crafted, it just automatically pops into the chest. And I don't have to hope I was home at the time. A stack of each gem type, a bucket of lava, and then the ingredients. I could put an efficiency slope on here, and then while I'd still need to put the stack each here, and it would still craft a stack of each, it would then consume some number less than a stack. But I don't really see that as being strictly necessary. So we'll scoop some more red, get that bloodstone grown, see what bloodstone does, and then dive back into the deep dark, or the deeper down, keeping those two mixed up, and see where the compass goes. The reason I keep mixing them up is obvious. I was exposed to the deep dark first. As far as I'm aware, the land the land below the bedrock was done first by random utilities with the deep dark biome. And while the deeper down is a very different take on it that I need to respect, especially since it has its own biomes and a lot more going on than just infinite cave as far as the eye can see and maybe one giant building. It's still first. It still sticks in my mind that way. So all I can really do is apologize for the confusion and mistaking one mod author's dimension with another's. But that's just an error I'm going to continue to make. Here we go. More red. Enjoy. I still have this rock candy, which I've still gotten no use out of, because it's considered food, and I can't eat it. There's also too much aloe. Too much aloe. I brought home a full stack from the seed bowls. So now all the aloe that I planted on the rocks of my own floor, because apparently that's how it works, is just too much. Now there we go. More red ink. more copper. So this apparently consumes tons of copper and you can't stop it. Just grow already. Stop wasting growth ticks. I should probably do some brown as well. Oh, there it is. Bloodstone cluster. It drinks thousands of ink. It's ridiculous. I'm going to set up another one, even though I am aware that's a terrible idea. Come on, this is how you bloodstone, right? Raw bloodstone, effulgent feather, dipped in crystal. That's crystal. That's the feather. What's the problem here? It's a blood orchid petal, and I'm an idiot. I put the feathers down here. That's what I was waiting on. Alright, so now that we have bloodstone, what does it do? Okay, so this has nothing to do with bloodstones. Why are we here? We use raw azurite and resonance shards to make glass ampoules that summon spheres of ink that home in on your enemies. If we go to Palteria gems by growing Palteria and refined azurite, we get more of them. Malachite summons ink mines that you fill in the potion workshop with potion effects. Again, more of them if you use refined and gems. The Bloodstone version summons arrows of ink that pierce the enemy you hit. And you get more of them with refined and Palteria gems. Why did it not tell me about these? I don't have Palteria gems. What does it take to grow Palteria? Oh no. Oh no, is the Palteria gem... Is it a pure thing? Or is it a rare thing, like the Stratine gem? It's a rare thing. Like the Stratine gem. How do I have stacks, like over a stack of Palteria, and we didn't collect a single Palteria gem? Are they even real? But that hasn't told us about the Bloodstone. Life Drain. Yes. Slowly decreases your max hit points, leaving you very vulnerable against even minuscule hits. This is what Dragon Rot does. That's why I died so fast. Because it does continuous exposure damage similar to the way lava does, and it also inflicts this. But there's no mention of what Bloodstone itself does. It repairs the Dragon Rending Pickaxe. That is a terrible waste. It makes ampoules, it makes blocks, and it makes the Bloodstone Glass Arrow. Is that it? I burned all my copper for effectively nothing? I guess so. What did I do with the refined malachite that I know I have? It wasn't used. That's the azurite. This is the raw malachite. Oh, it would be in here. Refined bloodstone. Does functionally nothing. Or at least nothing I'm aware of. Alright, as tempted as I am to make some brown trees and start growing pure copper just to see what it does, or try to grow Palteria, even though there is no indication that we even can. Yeah, it doesn't have a crystallarium recipe. I think we are just going to go back into the deeping depths. And I'm going to bring some Palteria with me. Like 20 of it. And this will improve our ability to float and fly around. As we hunt down... Oh good, this is nearly done. Unfortunately, there is a 3 ingot overage. Oh well. We'll deal with leftover copper at a later date, if at all. The jade vines are 86, which is nice. Let's go find that final room, which is pretty much the last thing that I want to do here in the Spectrum mod. Some secrets remain, like what good is all the food? What are downstone fragments for? Are malachite tools worth the expense? But these are not questions I plan to answer. What I want to do is chase where the compass wants me to go and find what's there. So we are on our way, just a floating and a flying and hitting the wall. There are walls. See, this is the only real flaw with the float boots. You can't change. You can't manage your altitude very well. Oh look, diamonds. Oh no, I forgot to have my magnetic tools. And emeralds. Do we even need more of these? I mean, they're extremely valuable, so maybe. I'm gonna go with a firm maybe. Oops, too much belt area. Slightly too much belt area. I mean, it's excellent for our jumping ability, but it's also making me drift upwards during movement. What I want to do is fly level. Or maybe even a slight downward drift. So, 20 is too much. Let's go down to 16. Excuse me. As we just drill and tunnel our way along, trying to find our way west, apparently. As opposed to the very, very long north that we were going before, to pretty much no effect. And now I'm stuck drilling in solid rock again. Curse you, gravel. Nothing but solid rock everywhere you look on the map. I see the compass needle is moving. It's trying to encourage me to turn left. Which we may do right here. Lots of stuff to collect. Does any of it have any real value? No. But we're gonna grab it anyway, because it's there. So we're just gonna keep wending our way southwest. Turning more or less whenever the mood strikes. But as the angle of the compass is getting sharper, we may be closing in on the target. As I proceed to get distracted by multiple ore veins. So if I face south, it's to our right. If I face west, it's to our left. So it's almost directly southwest of us. Unfortunately, there's no easy way to dig diagonally. Just have to rough it. Is that more gems? It is. This is what I get for digging in the deep Barrens layer. Emeralds, diamonds, gold. More ores than you could possibly need. Certainly more than I need. How many do I still have in storage, just kind of hanging around back there? At least there shouldn't be any silverfish at this shallow depth. Oh. Hello, empty space with zombies. Let me just, Okay, so we've broken into a fairly small tunnel. This pretty much doesn't change our... Wait, what's this? Is that Dragon Jag? It is. Dragon Jag is useless. Yeah, I'm not following a cavern that goes in the exact opposite of the direction I need to be going. Silverfish. At this depth? Just when I thought I wasn't going to have to deal with them. Alright, map says we should be hitting a Noxroom forest. There it is. It's also skeletons. Many skeletons. And with a little bit more visibility, we have places to be. Which will continue to be unrequited, because all we have to thank for it is more walls. So back to the drilling. This is worth haste. Maybe that could do something for us. I'm not noticing a difference. We are closing in on that other seed vault, but I didn't bring the last explosive with me, so it doesn't matter. Oh, well, the haste works better on the andesite. And gravel, but not on black slag. Hello, Noxroom. And also Blackland Ghast. And also Giant Big Spooky Fall. I would like to see more about where I'll end up before just happily diving off this cliff. That's a long, pointless way down. It doesn't go anywhere. And there's some kind of blue ore over there that I don't recognize. Maybe it's deep slate lapis. Maybe it's not. Lapis doesn't normally look like that. It's black slide lapis. That's our stack of raw gold. Shred through the andesite and the tough, making things a bit faster. Just a bit faster. Still no sign of where the compass is taking us. Oh, I seem to have run out of floor. We got another city we haven't previously been to. Hmm. 16 is slightly too much Palteria still. We're drifting upward. I think this is still an upward drift, but it's very slight. We'll use this city as further open area to continue. That's a big moonstone. Very big moonstone, Geo. We're now almost a kilometer and a half from home, and there is still no indication of where this compass is taking us. The haste is worn off, so we don't just tear through tough anymore. That a block of coal? It was. What a weird thing to encounter. I just don't need a block of coal. That's ridiculous. I'm seeing an pardon me, an unusual concentration of red dots. Yep, that's another seed vault. And we also have another bazaar with more signs with no writing. And that one's kind of in the lava, or the dragon rock. I will take all the free hearts of the sea and nether stars that these unusual structures are willing to hand out. Even with only 10 Pelteria, we're still climbing. And we float uncontrollably in fluids. That's a weird bit on the map. It's like a small strip of city. Also, how often do you see real dirt and grass down here? Not often at all. This is a lot of honeystone. Is it enough to shatter on its own? I don't know. And it doesn't really matter, because I don't need it. But it was. Two kilometers from home, still chasing the compass, still traveling southwest, still completely ignorant of where we're going. I have completely given up on targeting ores. We're just plain drilling to the destination. And the longer I can stay out of the dark and poisonous biomes, the better. Hello, pointlessly small pocket of mushroom. You will allow me to advance? Not at all. We've gone down. That's it. Inventory situation continues to be ridiculous. I'm beginning to think I need to make one of these bags for tough, because there's just so much of it. It's looking like passing through a dragon rot swamp is no longer an option, it's just required, because there is dragon rot in every direction. Fingers getting tired of holding this mine button down. But that's still all we can do is drill, 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 and hope we find the destination. Wherever it is. Radiance pin stopped working in Dragon Rock and protectively sunk into a block. You have to keep jumping on rotten ground to make the Radiance pin activate or manually place a light. Just one more reason that rotten ground is awful. How bleeding far does this compass expect me to go? I've been drilling almost a solid hour. More silverfish. Sneaking right between some dragon bones, that's kind of funny. Ow. Echoey cave noise. That must mean there's a cave overhead. Unfortunately, this theoretical overhead cave is Dragonrot Swamp, which is what killed us last time. So I will not be surfacing in the Dragonrot Swamp if I can help it. Not after drilling, 2.5 kilometers. Also, how is our food value still so high? Wait. Because I drank the beer, which was worth saturation. That's why. Well, the angle of the needle is changing. Maybe closing in, finally. At least on one axis. I would also like to stop going through these granite and andesite and diorite pockets, because I don't need the additional stone types clogging up my inventory. Alright, granite, garbage, diorite, garbage, andesite, garbage, garbage, black slag, don't know how that happened, garbage, garbage, junk polished basalt blocks, garbage, why do I still have them? Andesite, granite, more garbage, butt flesh, this bow. Alright, let's clean things up a bit. We are closing in, though. The direction the needle points is changing more frequently. Oh, now it changes direction with every step. And it just flipped around. We've reached the target coordinates. Now it's just a matter of figuring out what the target altitude is, or the target depth. Black slide tiles. Well, this is it. Here we are. The end of a long and storied journey. It makes me happy and proud that you seem to have liked Spectrum enough to make the long journey here. Twice. You've solved many puzzles and endured many hardships to get here, and yet I must disappoint you at this time. The position you stand on will later become a great showplace where you can display what you've accomplished one last time. However, as it currently stands, I can only present you with this placeholder. I am sorry. As a little consolation, I left you a goodie pack in the box here. I hope those serve you well. That's the mod author. So despite the long and arduous journey to get here, this is exactly what I expected. Though the book is new. This lectern with the written book on it was not present in a version ago when I last played. Of course, a version ago when I last played, all the signs had writing on them, and the bazaar in the city didn't exist. So let's see what our final prize is. A Production Surge T2. That's definitely something. I can't even make Production Surges. Efficiency Slope 2, which we still want to make and can't. Crafting Accelerator 3. Don't know how to make that either. Then we have Moonstone and Onyx Ores. And a final copy of the Deeper Down theme. I think we already have 2 of these discs. And that is Spectrum's final secret. Am I now going to retrace my steps all the way back home? Absolutely not. No, what I'm going to do is blatantly cheat. which we could have done the entire time. Just teleporting us straight to the home staircase and getting the heck out of here. That's it. Spectrum is done. Aside from other experiments in crystal growth, figuring out what to do with these, wondering why I haven't unlocked the onyx, the budding onyx yet. And whatever the value in malachite tools might be. There's also the mighty bedrock armor that I never bothered making because it doesn't prevent fall damage. And this does. Oh, why were these doors left open? Why was this lever left on? This world did not properly save when I left it. That's very annoying. And for that reason specifically, I'm not going to miss this pack. I still have no idea what has caused it to break in this way and fail to save the world data on leaving and on closing down. But this is the buggy arse world that I'm stuck with. I also still don't know what it takes to grow Jadeite Lotus. Not a clue. I know you plant them in the ceiling and they hang, but I don't know what conditions cause them to actually grow. Because those in there certainly aren't growing in the dark. Whoops, slightly too far. And I killed them all with all my aloe with sunlight exposure. That's fine. I don't need them anyway. Don't need them anyway. Alright, efficiency slope 2. And you can have the regular efficiency slope. Crafting Accelerator 3. This has got a chest on it. It doesn't even need the regular one. I think the only place to put the Crafting Accelerator 3 is here. Now I have an extra Crafting Accelerator 2. Which I could also put here. or here, but I'm probably going to put over here. Not that I anticipate using this station again anytime soon. Also the production surge, which can't go here, because it only has 2 upgrade slots and would require yet another color of ink to function. So this will probably be a floating upgrade. Right now, it's best served over here, so I can maybe get even more than a stack of onyx when this finally processes at the rise of the new moon. But it'll also live here when I'm not actively, and, well, what I mean to say is I'll move this back and forth between this and this, between Fusion Shrine and typical crafting altar, depending on where I need it. There's a lot of particle sparkling, none of which needs to be happening. And it stopped. Why? I don't know. What kind of moon is rising? The wrong moon, so this will not process tonight. I did not want to take those petals, so I guess I'm leaving these 2 alone until they hit 100. I'm trying to bottle Moondrop Nectar, which comes from full-grown jade vines, which we don't have. They have not reached the full-grown stage. This diorite is garbage. Oh, I forgot to take care of the 3 ingot overage. Oh well, we'll destroy it. Crystallarium has run out of copper. And I hear that guy. I happen to have a ton of emeralds that just so happen to dredge up from the depths of the depths. So maybe I can give a care and see what he's brought us today. What do you want? Oh, please don't come in. Oh, Nautilus shells. These are actually kind of useful. They make conduit, they make modifiers, they make a chest plate with no durability, and I can make a Heart of the Sea from them if I get this Moonstruck Nectar. Also, where has he gone? Stop being invisible. Stop running away while invisible. how am I supposed to buy more Nautilus if you are invisible? And he's out of stock. Meaning he is now worthless. Gemstone Prospector. Mine gemstone ore. This isn't the first time I've mined gemstone ore. Why is it only triggering now? In fact, I broke moonstone ore while we were down there in the deeps. Onyx ore doesn't even normally exist. There are no natural onyx geodes. Why would that trigger? Does it have to be a stone type ore, like not black slag? I'm just very confused about what happened. But maybe I don't need to make onyx now. I'm still going to. It's not like I'm going to go up there and stop the process. Huh. The roundel is full. And I still have shimmerstone. That is a small problem. What am I going to do with all this shimmerstone? Make semi-permeable glass? Shimmerstone lights? I mean, it's a terrible conversion rate. 5 gems to 4 lights. That's all it's good for. Light blocks. Oh, and fading, but we've done that. Radiance pin, done that. Maybe I should finally build the enchanter. I mean, what else am I going to do at this rate? Then we can read all about it and see how terrible it is. For basalt, 1 calcite. Now we have an enchanter. What does it take to build a structure? 8 bowls, buckets of liquid crystal, polished gemstone blocks, gemstone lamps, pillars, slabs, and a lot of polished blocks. It's a whole bunch of garbage. I have 2 onyx lamps and 1 amethyst lamp kicking around. And 6 bowls, which isn't enough. Maybe I should make some more onyx lamps. We're going to make it entirely out of basalt. Because I somehow managed to acquire far too much basalt. This is probably why. Anyway, 8 gemstone lamps. Decoration, gemstone lamps. They're made 4 at a time. So the fact that I already have 2 is useless. In fact, these spare lamp blocks and this onyx chiseled basalt should be destroyed. Because they're not going to do anything for me. What I'm actually going to do is make moonstone ones. We have so much moonstone. And when we go into the deep dark, into the deeper down, the deepening deeps, there's just so much. And let me just borrow this. It went in there. And hit it. We got 10. 4 each became 5 thanks to the production surge. Giving us 2 extra lamps for free, and I don't care. Next question, where's this stupid thing gonna go? Right here. It is 11 by 11 by 5 and has a ground level. Then it goes up 1 level, 2 levels. And that's where the enchanting block is placed. So ground level, 1 level, 2 level, 11. So on the 6th block-ish. this direction. 4, 5, 6. No, I could stand to move it over one. So we're building here. Show me that dreadful construction. Prepare and cut the site. Boy, this bedrock shovel sure is nice. I can't see. That's better. I mean, for some values it's better. Okay, now we have some idea of the floor plan. With the slight added bonus of having to dig these small little channels. Okay. If I want any calcite at all, it's going to be in these early phases. The dirt can just get scooped. And I also need more bowls. Did not make enough bowls. Did not make any bowls. Should have. I need 2 more bowls. Check. Now we're ready to get building. First thing is I'm putting these calcite rings here. And the rest is just fistfuls of basalt. Just absolutely ridiculous amounts of basalt. Of course, it's very hard to see exactly what I'm doing with the outline all over the place. So let's turn that off and keep going. Next. And I am going to need to fill that in and cap off the pedestal. Now we're just missing the slabs and the decorative blocks, it looks like. So let me go convert about a dozen blocks into twice as many slabs. I think we can make the we can make the pillars on the fly. And that should be enough to finish this off. Pillars, it's 3, 6, 9, 12. And then polished gemstone. Moonstone looks awful, but we're committed to it. Gemstone lamp. And the bowls. Well, that's the entire outline, but lots is missing. The reason for that is as silly as it is simple. The final step of the enchanter structure is that those little rings are pools of liquid crystal, which is why it says 4 plus liquid crystal blocks, because it's perfectly willing to accept flowing crystal. So we just put 4 buckets in these corners. And it finishes on its own. Now we have unlocked the enchanting chapter properly. And we've chewed down our massive supply of smooth basalt. These 2 extra moonstone basalt lamps. These are junk. But rather than declaring them junk, aha, now we have all this. Big catch. Increases the chance to reel in living creatures on spectrum rods. It costs stuff. This is how all the enchanter recipes work. 8 reagents, which usually include pigment, an amount of XP, and a book. And then it's upgraded with even more pigment. Small stacks of pigment in every slot. Even more XP. And I don't think the enchanter itself uses block upgrades, though I could be wrong. Pedestal, fusion shrine. Oh, it does. On the crystal blocks. So I could efficiency slope the enchanter and theoretically consume less stuff. Theoretically. I have no way of knowing if it actually would. But it has 4 upgrade slots, so why not consider the option? Anyway, we also have Clover's Favor. Higher chance to get rare loot, but is exclusive with looting. You can't combine them. So you could make a sword that's better at getting loot that's classified as rare, such as Wither Skeleton Skulls. But it wouldn't work with looting. There's a disarming enchantment to make things drop their equipment when hit. Exuberance increases dropped XP. First Strike. Greatly increased damage if the target has full life. Foundry smelts broken blocks. Improve critical. More crit damage. Can't be used with sharpness. Indestructible. Costs down stone and pure netherite scrap. Inertia. Mining speed has a windup. Doesn't work with efficiency. Inexorable. Mining speed slowdowns and movement slowdowns are cancelled. Uses refined bloodstone and pure copper. Inventory insertion. Drop blocks are immediately put in your inventory. Pest control. Destroys silverfish automatically. I wouldn't mind adding this to my fortune pick. With soul sand, light gray, and stormstones. And 100 XP. Well, let's give it a try, see if this works. Hi. I know I have an XP thing somewhere. Here it is. We'll grab one of our squillions of books. That was light gray pigment. Two stormstones. And 2 soul sand. Stormstones, soul sand, the book, and the knowledge gem. Well, the offerings are sparkling now. So, how do we activate it? It does the thing. The thing is done. Place the things in the thing. Supply the knowledge gem. And you are set. Copy books. Which costs XP. Enchanting books. Using pigments, ingredients, and experience, the enchanter adds enchantments to regular books. You can use this same process on tools. Upgrading books. Enchanted book, surround with pigment, supply experience. Try not to interrupt the process. Pest control. 4 light gray. Soul sand, stormstone. I have light gray in the north and south positions. Have I reversed? And does it matter? Maybe the soul sand and stormstone positions are backwards. That was it. It's now making noises. And we have a book of pest control. Now the thing about this knowledge gem is that this object itself is supposed to be enchantable to make it more convenient to use. Also, you, Gallermouse. I couldn't do this before. It wouldn't accept it. So what do efficiency and quick charge do to it? Equipment, not here. Items, knowledge gem. Efficiency increases the XP limit, quick charge boosts the pushing and pulling of XP. Let's hit it with both. That's not much of a cost. Okay, that's faster. So I suppose the enchanter actually works now. And it seems I have more bloodstone good to go. That's the red. We're gonna need more brown. But before that, let me quickly smack this anvil down, and you get pest control. Fortune, efficiency, pest control. Fortune, efficiency, pest control. Perfect. Anyway, sniping increases damage, accuracy, and projectile speed on normal crossbows. Tight grip decreases attack cooldown. And treasure hunter. This is how you are supposed to collect mob heads in this mod. With light blue, flint, and stormstones. Doesn't work with looting. And the point of doing this is so you can collect spectrum mob heads and use the spectrum mob heads in the spirit thing. Oh look, mob heads. Every mob head. You can use the mob heads in the spirit instiller to create memories of the mobs in question. That's what that's for. You chop its head off and then you revive it later. Why? Just why? Frustrating that we never found the Palteria gems. Like, there's no indication that those are even real. Unless I can take a Palteria fragment and put it here. Nope, doesn't work. So apparently Palteria gems are a thing, but nobody told the ore blocks. Will not manifest in your lifetime. I disagree. Have a goat. And frog. And the sickeningly squooshy noises of my fishing area. Looks like the moon is getting more moony. So apparently when I decided to start making more onyx over here, I had just missed the new moon. Typical. These are still at 86%. And they will remain that way for a few days at least. Why not give the malachite tools a try? Not the vibrant. Forget the vibrant. And I don't have the netherite scrap to make this with, so I guess that's off the table. As much as I'd like to try. Oh, I also don't have pure quartz. So that's not being made either. What does pure quartz take? This is the opposite of what I want. Pure quartz is going to be in the crystallarium. Quartz, quartz, quartz. Made with cyan. And accelerated with... I could use midnight chips. That's not a bad plan, actually. Cyan... Tuh. I have no cyan. So that's not happening either. And I really don't want to spend the time farming up to the point where I can do that. So I guess this is where things end. Spectrum is basically complete for all intents and purposes. There are a few tools I haven't made, probably a few secrets I haven't plumbed, but everything that can reasonably done, that can reasonably be done, I have done. So, I know it's been short, kind of expected it to be, but this is where we'll leave it. I will likely take another 1 day break as I try to sort out what to do next. But in the meantime, I will see you next time, whenever that may be.